Good evening, everyone. I am from Team Project X-ray Karona. Uh, the I hope you all can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So
This is fine. You can just use this mode itself.
Okay. For starting with, why do we need an alternating testing for COVID-19? Basically, the only way to stop the spread is to test massively and quarantine. However, what we lack is the availability of testing kits. Why testing kits are not available are because there are manufacturing and supply chain constraints to make the testing kits available across all geographies. So as you know, the delayed testing is fueling the spread, and we want to reduce the burden on the PCR based testing facilities. Radiological imaging can serve as a alternative to the PCR based testing. Unique patterns are observed in COVID-19 in X-rays and CT imaging. China has already conducted such radiological examinations and has been successful in showing that it can identify COVID-19 by radiological imaging. Radiological imaging AI is not a new thing as of now, because it has been widely used by several developed countries to identify lung conditions. The most important benefit is that testing results are instantaneous. So I will quickly go through the product demo. So here, what I can do is I can do my name. I can take initial uh, conditions like, do I have dry cough or sneezing or breathing issues. I can take some other important indicators like what is my age group and temperature and gender, whether I have already gone through this, and then maybe I can upload the CT scan images. And you optionally can also upload some blood reports and serological reports, and then you can check on the evaluate. So basically you can see that there is this formation of mass around here, and that we can highlight by the region of interest, and we can also show around 12 lung conditions for which we have which are prevalent, and we have used a certain data set which shows whether this certain image is COVID positive or not. The dataset that we had used to train our model was the COVID dataset that is openly available. It had a total of 5,949 images, and the positive test cases was 76. The accuracies for COVID prediction was 80%, and for positive prediction, and that is an important metric. Thirdly, the architecture, some technical detail is that we used COVIDNet. It has been released by Hong Kong. Our goal is to build a COVID dataset that will improve the accuracy, relevance, and context, and that will capture the in context. The benefits of this is that it is 15 times cheaper than a PCR based testing, which costs 4,500, versus an X-ray imaging that costs only 300 rupees. Instantaneous, you don't have to wait for 3 days turnaround time, and we also foresee that a lot more of patients will be detected as COVID. A lot of testing samples will go through, and this turnaround time for a PCR based testing is going to increase from 3 days to perhaps 7 or 10 days. There is no need for sample collection, transport, management infrastructure that is required, and certainly this could also be used as a screening test for a confirmation of a PCR based testing. Sure. Our next steps are basically hospital adoption strategy. We want to develop a COVID patient record management system to give them a platform to coordinate with the nodal agencies. Currently, communication is done through emails. Emails are an inefficient database. We also plan to integrate with existing hospital management system through APIs. I would like to introduce a massive contribution by our team, Ankit, Maheshwar, Amritesh, Ronald, and 23 more people who have really helped in building up this project. Our ask is that radiological data, our basic need is a lot more of radiology data for COVID positive patients to enhance our data sets, and some funding to the tune of $20,000 to get full-time interns and employees to build the product. Thank you.
I have a couple of questions that have come up. I'll just aggregate them. One is around I think asymptomatic patients. So
Right.
if does it work on asymptomatic patients as well? If is it able to detect?
Yes, so the symptoms follow the lung condition. Basically, symptoms are a result of the lung condition and not before that. So there is a certain time before which we can. So as long as it is microscopic, we will not be able to do it. But we will certainly. There is a certain stage when the lung becomes affected, and there are still no symptoms, and that is the time when which we can be able to do it. However,
Okay.
a lot depends on collection of the and building of the data sets at the appropriate time.
Okay. And second question was, someone mentioned this is not approved by ICMR, which is the topmost agency that approves it. So do you know
Right.
anything about regulatory issues in getting this approved?
I believe this is because we do not have complete data sets. The world does not have a similar data set of identified people who have been identified COVID-19 at early stages for a detection test. Mostly the detection test has been conducted for COVID-19 patients who have been severely affected. So the data sets only capture those people who have been severely affected. So as a testing mechanism, this is not approved. How? Because they want a test which will be which will be more microscopic in nature. However, if we build a data set corresponding to that, I believe it will be approved.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Justin.